everybody, it's Jeremy with Hard to Master, and as you can see, I have a new insert that it's been about a year since we've done an unboxing and put together a review of an insert. This is another folded space insert, as you can see, for one of my favorite games of 2023. So when I saw the announcement for this, and knowing that it's going to be able to hold the newest expansion, Australia, I got excited. I was like, hey, I would love to take a look at that. As you can see, I've got it jam-packed, and so this will make it easier, including my custom coins. So for now, I don't have the new expansion yet, but I heard that I can put some of these promos and maybe my coins in some slots until then, because this little insert was not that great. As you can see, I just baggied everything up. So what comes in this folded space insert box? Well, as you can see, it's in this like a normal package, tells you the dimensions of everything. And as we open it up here, you'll see it has that cardboard box that's going to have everything stored in. You're going to undo this here, which gives you the tray guide, which tells you, this tray guide will tell you how to store everything into the box. So as you see, it tells you you'll need some PVC glue or some type of glue that you're going to keep it together so that it doesn't fall apart whenever you put everything in and take it out. But you'll have different storage trays and stuff, so it should make setup and tear down easier. As I put this together and take photos and stuff, I'll let you know if I'm finding out this is easier or not. Let's look at the different sheets. So you're going to see right here, you have the different places to put those different rail coal tiles. You also have the different blocking tokens depending on player count, milestones, the uranium cubes. You'll have the different contracts that you can do here, depending on if it's a gold or silver, or the 3 in-game ones that you're going to have. So that's in that one. And as you can see, it is a full colored insert, and it looks beautiful. I can't wait to put this together later and, you know, show you what it's going to look like. Now, you have your different player color sheets. So as you can see, you build that up. Obviously, I'm going to put all my player pieces in there. If that didn't tell you, well, you're also going to see right here, because that matches your player color. Blue, yellow, teal, and red. Here you're going to have the different tiles. So these are going to be different starting tiles, because you know you have A, B, C, and D depending on the starting, and you have that little piece that's going to go on the board. And then there's a spot for the achievement tokens and the dollars or dollars. The dollars on the back side of those, you have this nice kind of goldish kind of faded look to it. And then we have this one, which is going to have, looks like the specialized tiles. And then you have where you're going to put your actual factories and the other tokens right there. Ooh, we got some black there. So there's a black with the milestone symbols as you're going up that milestone board, as well as, you know, that's probably just a little player box, but I don't know until I put it together, and the cards. So, and I did sleeve the cards, so we're going to see how they fit in there as well, and I will let you know, but just going to open it up for you. And everybody, I'm back. I put everything in the box. We're going to remove this box lid, and as you can see, I do have the player aid, or the rule books there that are going to go on top, and that achievement sheet. I'll put the folded space, how to put everything, for a while until I get 100% used to it, but you'll see the player aid just go in a little spot right here. This tile you may or may not have. This is a promotional tile, and this promotional tile board goes right, it's a good spot right here. That's just where I put it, but you may not have that. If you do, that is a pretty good spot for it. They're going to double up these tech trees and stack them on top of each other, putting them right there. Now when you do that, you're going to have pretty much flat space here, which is why I have the player boards there, and then I have the milestone board on top of that, which is flat and will line up right with this insert piece here. Then we're going to pull out the main board. That'll come out. Then we've got the actual insert. As I pull this out, I'm going to show you some of the artwork. This one here is where you're going to have those contract tiles, and you'll notice that the contract tiles fit in this nice foresty looking one, and you'll have the starting ones, purple, yellow or gold, and silver. Those will be there, and that goes on top of this space. Now this space is the trickiest to remember, because the cards are going to be back here, and that's your solo cards and the setup cards. those will be back there. And the reason I say it's tricky because this piece here does not have a bottom on the back. So you're setting that up against the board, but you'll see it tells you to put the cards there, but there's no bottom space. So just remember that when you take that out, the cards may fall over if you don't. Now there is some extra room, and I don't remember what all is going to be in this expansion. It's been a few weeks since I've seen looked at it. So I don't remember exactly what's going to be in here, but there is some room for some different tiles. And if you don't have those promos, it might be easier to fit stuff in. But for me, it may be tough because I've got a lot of stuff in here. So it does have the box cover right there on the front, and then kind of like this stage look to it, like that box. So once I do that and take that out, I'm gonna have this piece. And this piece is kind of important because these coal tiles, if you don't have them accordion style here, is going to cause them to create a box lift, and we don't want a box lift. So right here I have the milestone markers, the different blockers for different player counts, and then the uranium. And you'll see it has this kind of valley. We're creating these railways in this game. It's going through, so you'll have that foresty. Then you have this kind of next area with some waterways and stuff. You do have the different player color boxes, and one thing to remember is if you stack the buildings in here and then put your mines and then throw the tokens in, it will be much easier to fit everything in. It does have that border of the player color, and on the inside it will have a picture of the meeple like we saw when I unboxed it. The teal one here, the teal one will be the same, has that border and everything. You just want to put them all in the boxes the same way so it's easy to organize it. We're trying to not have anything raise above the top, because if it rises above the top, well, then it's going to make it an issue for keeping that box lid flat. Now you'll notice I do have metal coins in here, these custom metal coins I got. You can fit your cardboard punchboard ones in. If you have the metal, you're not fitting the cardboard punchboard, put it in a different box or whatever, but this will fit those. Now you'll notice this gold border on all four sides for this one. And then you do have these achievement tokens. Now again, these can lift up over the lid if you don't take some time to maneuver them to not do that. The last couple areas here, we do have these, which are going to be where you place your A, B, and C, and D starting tiles and that little purple token. And that is shown on the bottom space there to put that in there. So we'll move those out of the way, and they stack on top of each other right here in the front. Last but not least is the big one, and it's gonna have this border around the whole outside. I will say, creating this box, you're gonna want the insert instructions say to put these three pieces. This is one piece, this is one piece, and this one piece, and this one goes down into the bottom. I actually think it's a little bit better to do this piece, and then do these two pieces, putting this on top and gluing it down in addition to just the bottom. Makes it a little bit sturdier. Then you can put this piece here, and then you want this piece to be probably the last piece. Now, these tiles will not fit all the way there, so you will have to put a couple on the top. Put too much, it's gonna pop these right off. The glue's not gonna settle. So now you'll notice I do have these promotional things here from the promos. I do have the acrylic Nucleums in there as well, which makes it hard to fit everything. And then there's also the one action tiles down there that I fit in for now. Now, I'm gonna have to find a way to fit the expansion stuff because I want the expansion stuff, but if you don't, you'll see you have plenty of room for even the promos to fit in there, and then you have your factories. So let's put this back in, and then we will talk. So I want this side to face this way. It's gonna go back in there. I'm gonna stack the A, B, C, D pieces, put them back here in the front. Then I'll put the money, and for weight distribution, I'll actually set it to the outside because they're metal. Then I will put in these, and they don't matter. You'll know that I had this in a different arrangement. They are all the same. They're same size. When you put them together, it says 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. 1A, 1, 2, 1. That's because they're the same. Then this one I want to be careful with because, again, those coal tiles start moving on you, and it's going to create a box lift, and we do not really want that box lift. So hopefully that's good, or I'll have to fix it a little bit. Everything else looks like it's gonna fit just right without creating a box lift. So let's see, put those in there. And then this piece is going to go on the end. I put it so that the starting ones go out, but I guess you could do either way, really. That can go there, that's going to go there. The 4 player boards will go on top of that. So they're lined up. And then we got 2 of these here. 2 of these here. That here, and this here. Put this on top. And like I said, you could just take this folded piece here just until you get used to it. And that is the insert. So let's get to the table and I'll tell you my thoughts on this insert. All right, well there you have it. I've unboxed it, I put it together, I've shown you what all the full color is, I've put all the pieces in the box, taken them out of the box and back in the box. And so now what do I think about this insert? Well, Folded Space has been doing a lot of really cool things with inserts over the years. Some of them will create a slight box lift, and this one, if you get the Australia expansion, which I plan on having in the future because I love Nucleum, well, it's going to create that box lift, but I know it up front, so it's one thing I think about, and it is still going to save me space versus having multiple boxes on the shelf. In addition to that, it's beautiful, it's full color, and so I can just hand this to a player. They can take all their pieces, set it on the board. Now, I could just have them dump out a bunch of plastic like I was doing before, but at least this has that tray that they know is theirs. They can take it out, they can put it on it. As well as some of the pieces will be able to be used, so I could put maybe the money and the achievements if I wanted out there, that it could be just a tray on the table. As far as these, I can hand that to 2 people and they can easily find their tiles versus having them mixed up in one bag. It's the same with these railway tiles. These often can get jumbled when dumping out of the bag, but now I can just take this stack and look at how fast that was. Do a quick shuffle and put it on the table. So it is going to be slightly quicker. With that, now tear down may or may not be a little bit longer because, you know, dumping things in bags is a little bit quicker than maybe organizing so that I don't create that box lift. But still, I think it's worth the time, and money's probably not too crazy on this as far as their inserts. Even the full color ones are not much more expensive, if any, than the just solid gray ones. They just have more of an aesthetic that's on the table that I really enjoy. So if you like nice things, this is a nice insert to get. The one thing I would say is remember that these cards, like I said in the, you know, taking it down and putting it back in, those cards do have to come out first or they're going to fall out when you pull that tray. That's one thing to remember. Now maybe because of the way the insert was designed to not create that box lift, maybe that's due to that, and that's why there's no bottom to it and a back to it. But it is one thing to remember. I mean, there is a little bit of space here in between. So, I mean, you would think that they could have, you know, created a bottom here, because even pushing the cards up, I mean, maybe that's why. Maybe the sleeve cards like I have, maybe it pushes it up slightly higher with that foam. And so that's one thing that I just have to remember. It's not my favorite thing about the insert, but I know it's there, and so I just take the cards out before. But that's that, and then these cold tiles, just remembering that they have to line up just right, and certain things have to line up just right, or it's going to create that box lift. So I got to make sure that I accordion it just right. So really like this insert, really like Nucleum a whole lot. So if you're someone like me that loves Nucleum, you like nice things, I definitely think getting this insert would be to the benefit of you, because now I can maybe have different things on the board to pull those tiles from and set up the game a little bit easier, maybe even utilize them if you don't have a bunch of these, you know, trays like I have that I put stuff in anyways. That may be something that would help you use it on the table, and it's going to look nice too, like I said, because it has the design on the insert printed. It's not just a gray box or a clear box. It actually makes it look even better. So strongly recommend this if, again, you like Nucleum and you're just wanting to make it look a little bit nicer, even like these, the contract tiles. So I can just pull them, shuffle them. It's way easier than having to go and dump the bag and separate and shuffle. And even if you had multiple bags, it's gonna be more space that you're coming with those bags. So you might as well get an insert anyways. It does hold my promo tiles, which is nice for now until that expansion comes, and then I'm going to have to maybe finagle stuff and move some things slightly, but I think I can still do that. So I do recommend this. I will post on Instagram in the future pictures with the expansion that's going to be mixed in here in a different way. So maybe you can see how I had to tweak it to fit that, since that expansion is not available at the time of this filming. So thanks for watching. I'm glad that you followed this video. Please follow us on Instagram, Hard to Master Games, and Love to Hate, and the Love to Hate YouTube channel. Make sure you click the bell so you can be notified when we put out new videos like this, so that you can be one of the first to see it. So, till next time, thanks, and I'll see you.